Hey guys, Mr. Scott here. Hey, we're going to be doing a lot of activities here over the next couple weeks, and it's going to be a little different than what we're used to. But one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is you don't have to have bags and bags of specialized store-bought equipment in order to perform a lot of the activities that we're going to do. I'm going to show you in some video clips of replacement equipment of things that you might have around the house. So the biggest thing is we put our creative minds in place and figure out how we can replace different equipment for different activities. So I have dance and ribbon sticks, which are great for visuals. They're great for imitating jumping rope. I have two styles that we use for PE. They're made out of a fabric ribbon. One's got just a plastic handle. The other one has a hollow handle, and it has some objects in there to make a vibration and also the noise. So what I used is I have Hunter's marking tape. It's like a vinyl tape. I went and cut a stick and then just simply duct taped those on. It'll make that same visual display. You can imitate jumping rope. I also had a piece of sprinkler parts here, and I just simply taped the ends and put some rocks in there, and it gives you that same noise and same visual. Here's an idea for object control. We use the rackets for balloon ball, for yarn ball, for different activities. I simply got a metal coat hanger. I shaped it out into a round circle. I stretched a pair of pantyhose over that circle, got a stick off of a tree, simply put it together, taped it on. I also cut a chunk of pool noodle. It will make for easy tossing and easy striking. Works great for balloons for indoors. All right, so here's just a simple ball retrieval system that your student can use if they are in a wheelchair and they're doing this somewhat independently. Simply have a ball, and I tape the wire onto it, open the lever, they can toss it underhand and then retrieve it back to where they can rethrow. Okay, so this is a simple ball. We call it the foxtail. It's got a squishy ball at the end. It's got a nylon tail. And the object of this is when you're throwing it, it gives more room for students to grab and catch. They can also throw from this end and work on catching. Again, I used a cheap pair of pantyhose. I simply put a squishy ball at the top, tied a knot and a zip tie, and returned knots all the way down to the bottom to where you can still work and throw and work at catch. Cones are used in a lot of our games for boundaries, for targets, for visuals to know where to go around. A lot of us won't have cones. Water bottles will work great. You can keep the water in it, give it a little more weight. Another idea for brighter visuals, the red Solo cups, I put a little rock in there for weight. Bean bags can be used in a lot of different activities for underhand throwing, overhand throwing. Bean bags are fairly easy to make. These were hand sewn, and they have different objects in them. They have beans, they have rice, and then even some lightweight ones are made out of cotton. To make a bean bag, find that sock that was left over and doesn't have a home. You can simply put a zip tie, tape it shut, cut off the end. I also used the other end of the pantyhose and filled it with rice, and it makes a nice soft bean bag also. So cup stacking is a great fine motor skill activity. Cup stacks are kind of pricey, so if you don't have cup stacks, the red Solo cups, again, they make for a great cup stack. They can build the same patterns. They can also work on right hand, left hand. They can work at crossbody. Okay, you can do a lot of activity with dice. One of the dice that we use, it has sleeves in it, and we can just replace index cards with different movements, different activities, or numbers that we want to do an activity. Pretty simple. I found a cardboard box, it's a square. I was able to just tape the index cards on there, and you can roll that dice, and it's kind of a quick decision maker. Bowling pins are a great piece of equipment for a lot of different games, including the actual game of bowling, which we'll be doing some lessons on. If you don't have the bowling pins, a couple substitutions. Again, we can do water bottles. Fill them back up to whatever weight that you need. If they're too heavy for the ball that you're using, empty some of it out. Also for indoors, the red Solo cups make for good targets. Sometimes they'll fall over if you turn them the opposite way, but those make for great bowling pins. They make for great targets.